I am Dr. Asaf Qadeer, and today at Ankahi channel, we're gonna bring you information that you have not seen it before. This is about a new think tank where we are going to talk about. And first of all, we are going to congratulate chairman of the organization, Asif Ali Bhatti sahab. You have launched a PUF, which is a think tank. I want to congratulate you for having a very robust function in Houston, Texas.
Thank you so much.
And you know that such a think tank has not been there before.
Correct.
And I believe that this was a long due for a Pakistani diaspora to come out for a think tank. First of all, I would like that you should share with our audience what does PUF stands for.
This is, and thank you so much, first of all, Dr. Asif, to having me in your beautiful this studio. And I'm surprised that you are also in the same realm where the new generation is trying and struggling. And you are one of them with Ankahi TV. Congratulations also. And yes, this is PUF, Pakistan, United States Friends Forum.
Right.
And the idea is very clear with the name.
Right.
So we didn't mingle up with the words, to have a difficult name, so people should not understand, or they are trying to understand something differently. The idea should be clear with your words. You know it very well, sir.
Yeah, but Isab, how did you come to think about forming this very broad platform?
Yeah. Dr. Asif, as you know, that I spent my whole life in journalism.
Yes.
And beside that, I also taught in different universities in Pakistan. And then I came here for higher studies as well. And I got an opportunity to teach some of the classes here. In my perspective, it's very important that whatever knowledge you have, you should inculcate to the next generation.
Right.
The people, those are deserving people.
Right.
And my concept was, when I was in Pakistan, I was struggling at the same time when I was covering Prime Minister House and the parliamentary affairs and the military establishment and the civil establishment. I was having a dream at that time that there must be a voice of this nation. Perhaps we have many platforms. And you better know that we have, some people are single-handedly running their institutions or their platforms. But this is a gigantic approach, which was in my mind. And I tried my level best during the past that I should establish a comprehensive platform which is based on some intellectuals, the people, those have delivered their whole life for their professions. And I think when I coined this idea, honestly, I was literally so conscious that who gonna be part of this organization. And when I announced, you cannot believe, sir, all over the response from all over the world, and people like you especially, I feel proud that you have a heart, the heart which always goes for your country, your countrymen. And this is our perspective, that we will strive for the people, those are here in the United States, and the people, those are in Pakistan. They are all shareholders in every affair of the country.
Right.
So this is my initiative.
Right.
And I spin it and I launched it.
Right. I want to congratulate you one more time.
Thank you, sir.
But Isab, you have a lot of experience in this area. And I understand that this is not going to be simple, just a podcast or talk show. It's going to have a deep thinking. And if for my audience, in simple terms, could you give and define the core mission of your PUF?
Yeah. As I mentioned very clearly, the words are very clear. And my perspective is very clear with the name. So we are actually progressing not rapidly, but slowly. And the main objective and the core objective is that we should align both the nations, not only both nations, but also the people of the whole this world. And the best thing which I try to make is that it would work under the umbrella of SDGs. So that is also very important factor where every nation is under that shadow, you may call it, or under the same situation when the people are striving for the developing. And Pakistani nation is a very resilient nation. Wherever they are struggling their best. They are doing their best. So we are initially, we are just marching towards the debate, conferences, and holding seminars to align people on the same page. They should think same. They should deliver same. And the intellectuals and the people, those are from the academia and from different walks of life, they will be the part of this platform. And I'm very optimistic, honestly. It will take time, I know that. But the perspective and the target is very clear.
Very, very well, sir. But Isab, I understand that all things they do to try to influence and based on their credibility in the United States. And how do you see that PUF plans to distinguish itself different than other think tanks who are already around here?
Yes. Most of the time we have seen that the think tanks, which used to claim to be a Pakistani think tank here in the United States, they are always just focused on a one-point agenda, probably one-point agenda, which is also not very clear. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not here to criticize anybody, but I really appreciate whatever they are doing. But how we can distinguish our platform, that is the only one way, that the development of the nation, both nations instead, Pakistan and United States. And at the same time, I worked in international affairs for long. So we have different aspects which are not being considered in the past, which are not being discussed in the past, which are not being incorporated in the past. So we will bring them on the table. We will discuss through the people, those have wisdom, those have knowledge. And at the same time, we will also, you said, how we will distinguish it. We will not only publicize on media. I have my own media group now. You have your media group. Different people are watching social media. We will project it, the positive aspects on the both sides of the nations. At the same time, we will publish those all the research-based we will document them instead. And then we will also publish those all the research materials in the best journals in the world.
Very good.
And this would help us to bring the nation's leader. Nation's leader means maybe the president, maybe the prime ministers, maybe the people those matter, are the powerful people. They will also discuss those all recommendations which we will produce through our research.
That's a tall order.
I'm very clear, Dr. Saab.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah,
because
that's a very tall order, and I commend you for that. You have set a high goal. But Isab, I want to talk about Pakistan-US relation. Such relation has been a cooperation. It has a distance, and it has different, lessons we have learned over the history. Both sides have learned based on some of the mistakes. There have been a misunderstanding. What do you think is the future of such a relationship between Pakistan and United States of America?
You better know. You remain in the United States for long, and I've been in Pakistan for long. We do know that where are those misunderstandings and how they used to emerge and how it used to be flourish and then become the monster. Even in the past, we have seen we were not on talking terms even. The Pakistani Prime Minister was waiting for the call by the President of the United States. Even he was not listening his call. Why? There is question. Nobody's answering. At the same time, now we have, in Punjabi, if we say Japiyan and Papiyan, and now we are very close, like old friends, old buddies, old classmates. How come? So, in my perspective, there is no friendship. There is no brotherhood. There is no family relations except your interests. It is very clear. United States is the world's leader in democracy. They are world leader in economy. They are world leader in military, you may call the power, as a military power. But who cares? The nations, those wants to develop themselves. I'm not saying that you should beg something from any country, but at the same time, you should realize the powerful people that you matters. You matter in terms that you have potential. So Pakistanis are resilient people. We did great job in the past. We fought the fights and we won. And we gave also leverage and also a lot of support to the Americans in the past. Even recently, when I did my special research and also incorporate my thesis on war and terror, Pakistan played very vital role there. And I covered through the scratch and under the carpet things even. I went through all the areas, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, our northern region where the war was being fought, right? So, in my perspective, sir, it's very important that Pakistan should realize, United States, that we are good allies. Your interest lies with us and our interest lies with you. So when interest lies with the other nation, you respect that. And we are also hoping from this platform that in the past, both countries remain very close. And once again, we are very close. And from there, we are trying to strive on the basis of SDGs. The very first point we are taking up is trade and investment. You very well know, Dr. Saab, economy is the backbone of every issue. I'm not saying for the countries. I'm not saying for any department. I'm not saying for any one nation.
Right.
It across the world. And this is the reality. We want to make sure that this interest should be at par and the equal level on both sides.
But Isab, you eloquently said that the nations have interests, not friendship. In your view, can United States go beyond the transactional relationship towards a long-term trust-based relationship between US and Pakistan?
Dr. Saab, if we talk about the past, as I mentioned earlier, and if we talk about the present, and if we talk about the future, it's very clear. Till the time you are sovereign, people respect you. And when you are a beggar, you have nobody choose you. They exploit you. They use you. They are not friends. I'm very clearly saying there is no friendship. Even if you talk about the China, higher than Himalayans, lower than seas, sweeter than honey, and stronger than steel. What does it mean? Interest. So we have interest with United States, yes. We are very close ally. And because the focus of United States is in Southeast Asia, and especially the countries which are, in their view, trouble creators, or they have some suspicion about them, Pakistan remain very tolerant in that regards and very wise. And Pakistan played very vital role to establish peace in the region. And honestly, I'm telling you that I have witnessed Pakistan sacrificed 75,000 people. Pakistan lost its whole infrastructure of development. Pakistan lost billions of dollars. They have honestly not a good infrastructure right now. Even Pakistani, I said very clearly that Pakistani nation is very resilient. Perhaps we need support that the nation behind we are standing, they should be with us.
But I understand war and terror is an issue, but that's behind in a different category. I am referring a cooperation of trust between both countries, United States and America, in the area of education, trade, technology, healthcare, agropharma, and people-to-people relationship. What is your view on that?
That's what we are doing now. Thank you very much for this question. Yes, our manifestation is that the PUF will be struggling under the umbrella of SDGs, which covers these all elements. And we have recently initiated on the social media the debate in regards with these all important sectors. We are really discussing these all matters, which are lies in trust on both sides, and especially for United States. When you talk about the investment, many Pakistani big companies are here. Even some people have their own small businesses here. They have large groups even, and they are serving United States as a bona fide investor. At the same time, many US companies are working in Pakistan. They are providing the best of the best resources to the nation, and they're also providing employment. Yes, you're right. We are generating debate that how we can enhance cooperation in these all sectors we just mentioned. And we are also working on the SDGs, which relates that how the developing countries have very clear concept that we should build up those all developing countries, including Pakistan. And US is so kind. You know, I worked with them, USAID, UNESCO, UNICEF, WWF, and so many other organizations. Very brilliant work they have done in the past. And still we have a lot of room. We can cooperate, we can enhance cooperation in different fields, especially education. Many Pakistanis, even yesterday, we were broadcasting about the employment opportunities in the United States for Pakistanis. We mentioned 60% people, those are here in the United States, they are graduates. Very fortunate because they came here and they got admission and they studied, and then they utilized that acumen and that education for the practical life.
Right.
And even they are making more money than Americans. Right. Very interestingly, I'm telling you, they are making 87 to 90,000 a year dollar, and the an American is making 78 to 80,000, 10,000 difference yearly. So that means that we are doing our best.
Right.
And these all sectors which you are just mentioning, we are working on that, and we are very hopeful that we will move on with the debates, with the best of the best correlation between the both sides, both the governments and the people. Those are having acumen, knowledge, intellect, and also education in that sector.
I understand, Bhatti Sahab. I'll take your views on Southeast Asia. You know, Southeast Asia is full of highly populated countries, very economically strong, and this relationship of Southeast Asia is an issue globally, especially for America. And how can Pakistan and USA relationship play a political and in the regional stability of the Southeast Asian countries?
So as far as the Southeast Asian countries are concerned, I'm sorry. We have seen, because we have relevance with the past, and we are also not only witness, but we have also seen very clearly that when there was an issue of peace in the region in terms of the Talibanization or the groups which were creating trouble, United States took initiative, and Pakistan was the frontline ally for the peace. Now we have seen that there is an issue going on with Iran, and that issue is between United States, direct conflict between the United States and Iran, and Pakistan is still playing very vital role. If I tell you that during the recent dialogue which is right now is taking place, Pakistan is very productive in that regards. So you are very right. The Southeast Asia is a very important geographical location for every top nation, especially for the Americans. Yeah, and Americans really wants peace over there for the reason, because the most potential of economic progress and also the population which are engaged in the employment in different sectors, they respect them, and they are also producing best of the best products in the world. So that's why I think so we can play our vital role as a nation, as a Pakistani, to help the international community to bring peace and more stability with the economic progress.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm also want you to have your comments. The one of the biggest economic angle, is in Southeast Asia. We are talking about the Southeast Asia, Central Asia, Middle East, and the Indo-Pacific region. This is a very highly economic area. Can Pakistan play a role in bridging U.S. and relationship between this thing from economic angle? Can Pakistan play a major role in that or not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a very optimistic person. I'm telling you again that I have a very diverse experience in my life. I covered all these countries during the different times. I went to the Middle Eastern countries. I went to the Central Asian states. I went to the Asian states. I went to China. I went to Malaysia, Indonesia, and different other countries like even Bangladesh and India. So I know. I'm not saying that only me know. Basically, we know that Pakistan is a very integral part of Asia. Pakistan is one of the country which is the not only the atomic power, but also an economic power. If I tell you, we have a lot of resources. That's why now Americans have interest there. And we have seen recently the Pakistani leadership demonstrate those all elements and those all aspects which can be helpful for the economic prosperity, economic development. And yes, Pakistan also play a vital role to bridge, as I just mentioned, when there will be peace, there will be economic growth.
Right.
They are also interlinked. When I was speaking and I was answering to your previous question, I was talking about the war on terror. What is the purpose of that war on terror? What was the purpose to fight against the menace of terrorism? Peace. When there will be stability and peace, there will be economic progress. You have issue at home. Some people are disturbing you. You cannot do anything.
Right.
You cannot do any productive in your life. But when you have peace at home, in your area, you can do so much. And you can also progress, and you can also find different ways to demonstrate yourself as a productive person. So Pakistan is one element, one important country which can play its vital role to help United States. And we are the platform which are providing that opportunity. The people from both sides, Pakistan, United States, and the rest of the other world, those are also signatory of UN and SDGs. They are also united. That's why we chose this umbrella of SDGs, that all the nations are on the same page to help developing countries for the development, peace and development. So we will also strive. We will also try our level best to generate that kind of understanding through our platform, that people should come on the same page for the development and peace.
Bhatti Sahab, with your vast experience, what do you feel that the most misunderstood security concerns of Pakistan in Washington DC? How can you, your PUF can, through a dialogue or through change the perception Washington has about the security issues for Pakistan?
I still remember, Dr. Saab, I want to just mention my experience. During Musharraf regime, one of the dictator in Pakistan, when we were fighting war on terror vigorously, and our people were, paving the way for the peace, and they were losing their lives and infrastructure. Honestly, United States were having apprehensions and doubts that Pakistan is playing double role. You remember?
Yes.
During Musharraf regime?
Yes.
Why was that? We were not having very clear approach. In my perspective as a journalist at that time, and when I came to one of the university here for the lecture, and the old times an ambassador came just to listen to me, and he worked during the Zia and another dictator. He worked at that time as an ambassador in Pakistan. He was really wonder when I was talking about the peace efforts and I was showing the Pakistan's best face. And he was saying, we think that Pakistan is always playing double game and they're not sincere for the peace and they are just making money and blah, blah, blah. I said, no. How come? Pakistani nation, 2,500 million people are very resilient people. They have an acumen. They have education. Now we have 65% of youth. That is the core value of Pakistan. We are striking against the menace of terrorism. Recently, just 2 days ago, we have faced a bombing on a mosque. How come? Some people are involved. And collectively, we have to fight against them.
Right.
So, Pakistan is a sincere towards peace. And as you mentioned, that the question is that why the mistrust build up and how we can eradicate that mistrust issue. I think so. There should be more engagements at both level, not only defense level, but also the political level. And we will also bridge that.
Very good.
Your all question are relates with the PUF. I know that.
I know.
You're a very smart guy. I know that. And you are always referring towards that, how we can play our role. And definitely, sir.
Yeah. But this your organization, PUF, how does it plan to engage the academia, civil society, youth, and the diaspora in the meaningful policy way? And what conversation you plan to do regarding that?
Okay. Dr. Sab, you have seen our manifestation.
Right.
You have seen our objectives. And then at the same time, you have seen our board of advisors.
Right.
That is all based on the professors and the doctors all over the world, including yourself.
Right.
Your Highness also the part. So I feel proud. And at the same time, I'm very positive and optimistic that we are generating the content which is close to the heart of people. Mm-hmm. And the discussion, which will be totally focused based on intellectualism, and the people, those are from academic side, they will also produce their own content, not the content, but also the policies, which would help PUF how to move forward. Now, if I mention here that in April, we are just making plan, and alhamdulillah we are almost we are ready to go to DC, and we are holding the first debate. That would be a debut debate, and from there we will start our journey, that how we can talk with the other stakeholders, how we can bring them on the same table and discuss what are those elements which are creating mistrust, what are those elements which can bring together on the economic front, how we can make more prosperous our areas, and especially the Southeast Asia and Pakistan. So I think so. These all people which you just mentioned, especially the youngsters, we are also inviting them to share their ideas and their knowledge. And especially when they are in the United States, they are very learned boys, girls. So they will also produce their best of the best, the concepts which relates with PUF. Even if they are not producing anything for the PUF, we will utilize that material for the betterment of our goals, to achieve those goals.
That's great, Bhatti Sahab, that you are going to get the professional, and academia, and get them around. Most of they are in your board and representing that, and you plan to how can they play their role in bilateral relation making, understanding, and the future of relationship US-Pakistan and all this thing.
Correct.
And I commend you for that. And I do understand you mentioned about Washington DC, but I know that PUF wouldn't have only Washington DC in mind. Could you share with our audience what you plan to do other than a dialogue in Washington, D.C.?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Asif. I just mentioned earlier when we were having conversation on this issue that we are going to D.C. in April and just to debut our this PUF initiatives. And then we will also move to the New York in September when there will be UNGA. And during that the both side of the leadership will be there. We will try to bring them on the same table, and we will talk about the best interest lies on the both sides. So and at the same time, we will also talk about the peace efforts which Pakistan did in the past, and also some of the economics perspectives relates with the trade and investment. And the Pakistani diaspora is also warm welcome. They will be the part. They will be there.
Great.
And the people, those are just you mentioned, the academia and the professionals, though did their great jobs in their whole lives. They will be there. And then we are also trying to bring another episode in December, which would be also in Washington, D.C. That is yet not finalized, but we are just planning. And between that, you also gave us an idea that one dialogue should be here in Houston.
Yes.
This is the one of the biggest state, Texas, in United States, and the Pakistani diaspora is in a large amount here.
Right.
So we will try to bring them also on the same page, and we will, in between that, these all segments, we will hold a dialogue here in Houston as well.
Chairman Asif Ali Bhatti Sahab, you know that the world is facing a complex challenges. And one of the great challenges is the climate change, the emerging transaction, artificial intelligence, and shifting of global power dynamics. Where do you see the greatest opportunity for Pakistan-US relationship in this scenario?
Pakistan is facing a lot of climate problems in terms of we have floods, and sometimes we have a lot of issues in terms of climate change and the diversified weather change in Pakistan, and people are also the victim of that. At the same time, United States has a little bit shift in that policy. The climate change, the funds relates with the European Union and some of the other countries. Those are very actively playing their role. Perhaps the technology, which you just mentioned, the artificial intelligence, is one of the factor which is also producing amazing content. People are also using in Pakistan, if I tell you, they are using very amazingly. And from there, we can also coordinate. And if I disclose here in your program that many Pakistani companies, those are working here in the United States, they have back offices in Pakistan. And the youngsters from age of 18 to 25,
Right.
they are working in their back offices in Pakistan. And they're producing best of the best stuff for their growth in United States. So how this, you can see how they're clubbing this interest. So we will enhance, we will also do some capacity building measures in that regards, and especially for the students, those are very eagerly pursuing higher studies in United States. We will facilitate them. We will provide them platform, and we will also give them the legal and the other advices from our platform that how they can apply, how they can get visas and can come here and study, and beside that they can also work here on F1 or F2. So that is the perspective of our platform in regards to promote education on the both education opportunities for the Pakistanis in the United States, and different other economic affairs which I just mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. Under the umbrella of trade and investment, we will bring people on the same page that they should move to Pakistan and see the opportunities, and at the same time, the Pakistani big groups, those are interested to invest in the United States, we will also facilitate them and provide them our platform.
Great. But Isab, how will PUF ensure that the research and the policy endorsement which you will do to regional and also to the globally relevant, how you ensure that their accuracy and research, and how prudent that will be for the people who you recommend them?
During my whole life, I once again reiterate that I believed in truth. I worked 27 years in journalism and also taught in different universities for 18 years. I learned through my experience that you cannot hide any truth. And I always believe on 5 W's and 1 H. That is the thumb rule for all the elements, whatever the field you are talking about. And through this platform, I will do my best along with my team. Not me, we. We will do this. We will do this wonder. You did the whole of your life for medical field.
Right.
For what? Not for the money, for the prosperity and betterment of the people, to help people. So we are here to serve, and I want to inculcate that knowledge and my experience on the basis of truth. And definitely, our platform will only incorporate those all the research elements which are tangible, which are based on truth.
Absolutely.
We will not only publicize on social media and the other platforms of our media, but also we will publish those all in the international reputed journals. And that research would be not only incorporate, but also we will make some suggestions, tangible suggestions for the both governments and the United Nations SDGs Secretariat. So this is the whole stuff, which is really, it seems really big and mountainous goal.
Yes.
But I believe, whenever I believe that I can achieve, Allah Almighty is very kind. I got that. And this time, I am very, very hopeful that I will achieve my goal, inshallah, with the help of you all people.
But
My
Asaf, it's
people.
very comforting to know that Puff is going to do all the research to bring the most accurate research-based information in a social media which is widely, sometimes, misleading to the general public.
Here I want to mention one more thing. We have recently collaboration and MOU with one of the Pakistani organization, which is the first ever organization in Pakistan who is working on the fake news, culmination of fake news. And that name is the Fake News Watchdog. Actually, the purpose is accuracy, which you just mentioned. And in search of truth, we can go along and we can also find the truth when we strive. And that organization would help us to make sure that we are having a benchmark of the truth and truth and truth.
That's very comforting to say that you're going to go for the fake news and you be the watchdog to bring accuracy, because people are looking for credible organization like yours who is going to be research-based and authentic information so that the fake news does not overpower and mislead other people. I want to
Correct.
commend you for that, for your organization.
My pleasure, sir.
But Isab, you have such a vast experience, and I am asking this question based on your long-term Pakistan-US relation and global relation. What do you think success looks like for Pakistan-US relation in the next 5 years or 10 years? I won't hold to that, but I'm having your opinion on that.
Yeah, because for that we have to refer the previous track record, the past. Past is always, helping, one of the helping element to make good decisions in the future. And we know that element of the relationship between both countries were just focused on 1 or 2 points, which were not adequate for the relationship between two countries. And even sometime it was on the personal basis. Person to person relationship is good. We are feeling that, both nations are very close. Not true. It wasn't true. And it is not true. Even right now, I believe, Dr. Saab, when you have a best coordination in all the areas which both sides, and they are trustworthy relationship in all these affairs of life, even public development, public sectors, even education, just to mention, economic affairs, international affairs, the foreign relations, and at the same time the regional issues. These all areas, and at the same time the peace efforts. So when you have not a coordinated effort in all the areas, how you can accomplish that goal which you are just referring? In the next 5 years, we should now begin from very core value of our nation. That is, we are resilient, we are accomplished, we are educated. We can demonstrate whatever you want to see us. And we are doing that in our own country with limited resources. And if United States can help us and not help, support us, we can flourish as a big nation, as an economic power, as we are the, may call it the atomic power.
Right.
So we have also a military might.
Right.
We have seen in the past with India what happened, right?
Right.
So I think so. These all affairs should be discussed at every level in the United States. And United States should also consider Pakistan as a reliable and confident partner, as we've seen in the past. But I mentioned it should not be based on the people to people, person to person. It should be on the people to people base. It should be the nation to nation, state to state. United States very clear that once we have interest, we go far. When we have no interest, we cannot see. We don't see anybody. So that means the interest is more approachable. We know what are the interests, and Pakistan also knows what are the interests. So when the both interests are on the same page, or they are interlinked, we can achieve our target in the next 5 or 10 years.
But it was a very interesting talk you did. Pakistan did enjoy good relation with
Absolutely correct.
India right from
Yes.
inception.
Yep.
Pakistan has been the biggest partner with US in the war in terror.
Yep.
And Pakistan also have friends in Middle East, and China is their all-weather friend also. And Pakistan has played in the beginning relation between US and China in Nixon area.
I'm also writing. I want to add here, Dr. Saab, I just want to mention that on this cold and hot relation during the last 77 years, I'm writing a book.
Wow.
And very soon, in a couple of weeks, you will see my book on this whole past. What happens actually, some of the eyewitness accounts will be incorporated in my book. And you
will have to bring you back for that book.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Bhatti Saab, it was a very enlightened information that you have given. I will now request finally, what is your message you would like to give to send to the policymakers, scholars, and for the global audience who are watching the launch of your puff today as a helpful information? What are you looking forward for this initiative for globally, for all people to understand what you're going to do in this country between global relations?
It is very clear message for the people from all walks of life around the world that we are initiating a dialogue, a platform which will provide a very adequate place for all the people, those want progress in every field. I'm not containing it to the trade and investment. I'm just telling you that we will work on all the 17 SDGs. That's why we took that umbrella. And it is my message across the world to the all Pakistanis even, that they should come up with their ideas. They should collaborate with us. They should also discuss with us and also give us suggestions that how we can move forward on a track where we can achieve our goals of progress, economic growth, prosperity, and the peace, not only in Pakistan, but also in the region and then all over the world. And United States, it's very clear that it is one of the best country for the people. Those are looking this country as one of the best market in all terms. They feel that it is a dreamland, and it is truly a dreamland. You can achieve whatever you want. You are also the witness.
Yes.
And I believe that United States also can play a very vital role in the progress of the people from Pakistan in all fields. Especially, you see, the best of the best scholarship is being offered to Pakistanis. And at the same time, we have the best of the best organizations working here in the United States. So
Right.
it's a very welcoming state. I would like to appreciate and I would like to welcome from the both side, people from the both sides, whether they are from academia, they are from the intellectual perspective, they are the professionals in their fields, students, even the teachers. Please write us, give us suggestions, and join hands for the betterment of our nations on the both sides, especially Pakistanis.
I want to thank Bhatti Saab again, who is the chairman of Pakistan USA Friends Forum, for your leadership, your thoughtfulness, and I wish a very, very successful PUF for this year and years to come. Thank you for joining and giving your time to Ankahi studio.
Thank you so much, Dr. Asaf. Thank you so very much for having me here today.